All right, man. So here we have it, man. Um, so we have more bad news for the Lions. Apparently, they are no longer on track to get a compensatory pick for DJ Reed. Um, so I don't know what this is about. I haven't read the article. Something that piqued my interest. Okay. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hopefully, y'all enjoying the videos. Um, um, the videos from the desk. I want to do more of these. He said we've been tracking the potential compensatory fourth round pick for Detroit Lions could get for DJ Reed for a couple months now. Just to recap, because Carlton Davis left the Lions when his free agent contract ended, he is a compensatory free agent. Reed is also a CFA compensatory free agent. When a CFA replaces a CFA, usually cancels out compensatory pick. But if replacing the CFA doesn't play a certain numbers of snaps, the formula views that as a loss for the Lions. They lost a healthy player and got an injured one. When Reed got injured in week 4, the Lions was on watch. At the time, over the cap compensatory pick Nick Corte explained that Reed was 48% of the required was at 48% of required snaps. The Lions were just missing the pick. If he went below that, they could potentially get it. Reed almost missed the entire month of November last week. Reed surpassed 48% threshold, now has played 52.4% of the snaps for the Lions this year. Nothing is set in stone, but probably cancels out the pick. There is another. So Lions now get a compensatory 5th round pick for the loss of Kevin Zeitler, but I'll get to that in a minute. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I think the Lions were in the mode, and I mean the mode as far as the mindset. They were in the mode of, hey, man, we trying to make the playoffs. We trying to get to a Super Bowl run. Even though I felt it the beginning of the season, I know they felt it to begin the season. It wasn't a champion. It wasn't a team. It wasn't a championship caliber team. I told you that from the beginning. You know, the mystery on, Josh Pascal, bringing back Davenport, looking what we didn't have enough at the end. And then, to be honest, and we kind of wrapped this up in the offseason, it wasn't a lot of good offensive, defensive rookies this year, at least in the first round. So when people complain about Tyleek Williams, I mean, shit, who else you wanted them to pick? Mike Green ain't do shit. James Pierce ain't do shit. Shamar Stewart didn't do shit. And even moving up, like I thought to get Abdullah Carter, he ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the crazy thing about it. So it wasn't a whole bunch of, good. You can tell the vibe. It wasn't a whole bunch of it wasn't a whole bunch of great, great picks. But I don't think, even though and maybe it's just, we got to believe. But I feel like you got to be realistic. And you can tell all season, it was just too many people banged up before football snapped. It was just too much to bank on. It was just too much. It was too much to bank on. It was too much to bank on. It was too much to bank on. So, but, now they probably wish they knew what they knew after he came off that hamstring, that the hamstring was on bullshit. But Lions are now expected to get a compensatory 5th for the loss of Kevin Zeitler. Over the cap formula now has Zeitler in the place in place there. The Lions did not sign any CFA compensatory free agent in his place. If you've been following the formula all season, you will notice that the pick for Zeitler wasn't there until this week. A lot of that has to do with Zeitler finishing out the season healthy with a full snap count. The formula now considered him a total loss for the Lions. Again, nothing set in stone until the NFL gives them the picks or doesn't in March. We'll update you as soon as we had confirmation. So, I mean, you get a fifth. I don't know what they were. So you go from a fourth to a fifth. So they need some of them middle picks. So it'd be nice to have got both. And the way DJ Reed played in the second half of the season, which I'm honest. I'm literally honest about it. And my honesty, it really stems from, just keeping it real, bro. And he was terrible, but then again, it's the injuries. It's the injury. I don't remember him being too banged up in New York. So it's just something they got to look at how they practice, man, how they hydrate and how they strengthen. I just think they hitting too much in practice from what Avonte Maddox told Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's what I think it boiled down to. So you get a fifth, and a lot of guys ain't coming back. I'll tell you that right now. They're gonna clean house in a lot of these older guys, and it's gonna be some turnover. It's gonna be some turnover. So but yeah, I mean, from fourth to fifth, nice to have a fourth and a fifth, but pretty sure they'll manage. They'll manipulate the cap, and some guys that won't come back. And I mean, Anazzoni, DJ Reed won't come back. I'm probably pretty much sure. Akwe Muhammad, the bag might go up for him. Davenport shouldn't be back. Makai Wingo shouldn't be back. Anzarike shouldn't be back. Josh Pascal shouldn't be back. I think they bring back them two young corners, and Rackstraw and Arnold. Amik probably won't be back. I think you keep Roxanne, Avonte Maddox. I think they've done a great job this year. I think Brian Branch will be back in time. I think hopefully Kirby come back healthy. And I think from that point, you probably going to start to see them try to get more rushers on the inside, a rusher on the edge. I think they bring back Rodrigo. I think they like their linebacker still. Offensively, maybe you see a developmental, another tight end come in that can help them out. And it's just, you're going to see a lot of issues on the offensive line. Maybe Tate Slad the center. And then at the guard positions in the left tackle position, that's going to be the thing. You might see Mahogany go to a reserve role, Frazier go to a reserve role. You might see them plug in, get rid of Glasgow and then plug in where they can plug in at those three positions. So we'll see what happens. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.